Welcome to the 2012 Kaiser Permanente Colfax Marathon. By now you've already registered and you've done your training, but there's one last important aspect that we need to make sure that you get information on, and that is attending our wonderful Health and Fitness Expo here at beautiful Sports Authority Field. First thing that you need to know is, one, where to park. The hours are going to be from Friday from 1 to 7 p.m. and Saturday from 9 to 5. And it's very important that you attend that. That's the only chance that you have on picking up your materials for race day. Where to park? You'll park in lots A and B, which is on the south side of the stadium. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go around to the east side, which is, if you're facing the stadium, it's going to be on your right-hand side. Walk around to gate number 7. There's some doors there you're going to enter in right there, and immediately off to your left and right, there'll be volunteers there to assist you. The one important thing in the next few days is that you should be receiving an email indicating to you what your bib number is that you've been assigned. Now make sure you either print that out or write down that information. That's how you're going to be able to pick up your packet. Now for some reason, if you forget that information, we will have lookup boards with your information on that. You'll be by alpha, by last name, and by event, so you'll be able to find yourself and you can write down that number. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go over to the elevators. There'll be people directing you there. You're going to take the elevator up to the 3rd floor. When you get off the elevator, you're going to go out to your left-hand side, and you're going to go right into our registration area that's part of the expo. You will see signs that will indicate the 5K, the marathon, the half marathon, the urban 10 miler, and our very popular relay. What you want to do is find that area and then look at the appropriate signage that'll show you. So if you're a marathon example and your bib number is 348, you will see under marathon that there'll be some additional signs that'll indicate which line is for what number. So in this case, the line might be 1 through 500. You want to be in that line. Real important too, please make sure that you bring proper identification. You will need to show that to the volunteer at the expo pickup area for your respective race in order to receive your bib and any additional information. Now the biggest reason for that is we want to double check to make sure that we're giving you the right information and double check everything as well. Believe it or not, we do have more than one John Smith running, so we want to make sure we get the right packet to the right John Smith. An important note for all of you is, those of you in the urban 10 mile, the marathon, the half marathon, are going to receive a bib that looks very much like this. On it will indicate your baggage tag. You'll have your shirt tag on here that'll have your size indicated on it. If you registered by May 6th, your name will be personalized on the front of it, and on the bottom will be any applicable coupons, such as the Michelob Ultra beer one, which you will also, for those who are 21 and over, you'll want to stop by the beer tent to make sure that you pick up your wrist ID band, so that'll allow you to be able to get that beer after the event. And for those of you in the urban 10 mile and the relay, also important on the bottom will be your coupons applicable for RTD to get your transportation to the relay, back from the relay exchange zones and the urban 10 mile out there. So very important that you visit those two areas as well. Now the important thing with your bib, very, very important on this, please make sure that it's on the front of you and on the outermost layer of clothing. On the back you will notice that there's a timing tag. This timing tag is not removable, it's disposable. Please do not fold, bend, or crinkle in any way, shape, or form to avoid damage to it. If you do cause damage to it, you may not be accurately scored or scored at all. So just take care in that. Once you go through all of that, the one step that you need to take is that as you exit out of the registration area into our wonderful Health and Fitness Expo, there will be a timing mat on the ground that you'll want to just pass the timing tag over. It'll show up on a display your information. Please double check, make sure that information is correct. If everything's good to go, you're free to go into our wonderful Health and Fitness Expo. If there's any information incorrect, or for some reason if you need to switch events, there's a solution table right nearby. Make sure that you go there. It is your responsibility. For example, if you're doing the marathon, if you're signed up for the marathon and for some reason due to an injury or training issues and you can't do it and you want to switch to the half, you need to do that. If you end up on race day and you take a different course and you don't notify us, you will not receive an official event time for the event that you completed in. So very important that you do that step. It's very easy. We know that it happens to a few of you. It's okay. We're still going to have a great time. After you do that, again, you can then exit into our Health and Fitness Expo. Now for those of you that are in the relay, very important, we are making it mandatory that you do come together as a team and that you need to pick up all your stuff together. And this is really important, not so much to make it difficult on you, but to give you the best information for the relay as possible. There's a lot of logistics with it, a lot of different transition zones. Now for those of you in the relay, you will have a bib. For those of you that registered by May 6th, you will have your team name on the bib. But real importantly, you will not have a timing tag on the back. Instead, you will have a baton. The baton has the timing tag in it, and you need to decide who is going to be going first from City Park at the start. That person needs to have the baton. That person and each of you at each exchange zone must pass it off to the next team member. Now, once you pass it off and you're clear of that exchange zone or the start, it doesn't matter. You don't have to hold it in your hand. You can put it in a pocket or wherever else in a belt or whatnot. But when you get to those exchange zones, or you go over a timing map, which will be very clear, you'll know where they're at. You need to make sure that it's at chest level or below to be accurately scored. The great thing is, we see this all the time when people come across the finish, and we encourage you to come across the finish together as a team. A lot of people hold up that baton way up in the air celebrating. Make sure that at some point you get it down over the mat to ensure that we get you accurately scored. So that's very easy. Now, the person that has the baton, when you finish, needs to turn it in to a volunteer. They will then exchange your baton for your 5 medals for the relay. That's very important. So this is the only group that needs to return their timing tag, which will be in the baton. The rest of you, you don't need to return anything. There's nothing to mail back. That timing tag is disposable. Other important notes to make sure is for those of you in the urban 10 mile and the relay, RTD is going to be there. There's going to have informational attendants that will be able to instruct you about all the information that you need to know about where to go and how to get on your ITD buses to get back to City Park and to your various locations. So it's very important. That's why we encourage you and making it mandatory to come together as a team so that we have space available for you to sit down and plan all that out and work with the various different booths that are there, from the relay to RTD and so forth, to make sure that you have a successful event. Now, if you do all that, great, everything's going to be fantastic. Make sure you go in. Again, don't forget, for those of you 20 and over, to get your beer tag. Visit the RTD booth if you are part of the relay and the urban 10 mile. If you have any changes that you need to make, we'll have a solutions table. After you're all done with that, you'll then go over into the wonderful Health and Fitness Expo area. There is where you'll get your t-shirts at. A volunteer will take off your tag, give you the appropriate t-shirt, and then we strongly encourage you to visit all of our wonderful vendors at the Sports Authority Field Health and Fitness Expo. It's going to be taking place. It's going to be fantastic. Boulder Running Company is our official store provider. We've got great merchandise, a lot of fun. We look forward to seeing you this Saturday and Sunday at the various events.